Happy Monday, Saints. So I was watching this YouTuber. His name is Aquarius Wave, and he was his topic of conversation was about the BLM movement. Hold on, Samson. It was about the BLM movement and how they were pushing that agenda of that the police were out hunting down young black men, and they were pushing that agenda, and just how that was such a false narrative. So I watched that. In fact, Saints, go check him out. He's got good quality content, and he does an excellent job, right? So on this particular one, he was talking about, like I said, the BLM movement and their push to, push the narrative that police were out here hunting down young black people and just fleecing the flock of the country for money. It was just all a scam, right? And when it first came out, me, I'm for the Lord. So I knew that was just a bunch of garbage off top. I was the all lives matter guy. How you just gonna be just Black Lives Matter, And then if Black Lives really matter, you wouldn't be voting for the Democrats. All right, so it was just all a scam. And so, but that's not what I want to talk about BLM, I don't, whatever on them. But what I do want was this, the only reason I'm even doing this because this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while now. And so seeing him have that content on his YouTube channel, I figured now is a good time, right? And so I want to start off by saying, hold on. I want to start off by saying I want to give a shout out to all law enforcement, right? Especially here in Michigan, I believe we got the finest, most professional group of law enforcement men and women in the country. That's my personal opinion, and a special shout out to Michigan State Troopers. You know what I'm saying? And that's from the heart right there. Now, you would think, being such a felonious lifestyle I lived in the past, and I've got so many run-ins with the police, so many arrests and being pulled. I've got so much contact with the police. Trust me, they know me and I know them, right? I remember. Okay, hold on. This is a little side note. So I was on probation, though, so I forgot what this time was for, and so I had, this was in Flint. I lived all over Michigan, so. So I went to go see my probation officer. I'm in there being my charismatic self, trying to charm the pants off her so she just won't be messing with me. And so we got to talking, and I had an altercation with one of the other people. Guys, I tend to let loose sometimes. I thank God he keep me in check, right? Because I'll get beside myself if it wasn't for the Lord. But so she getting on me about me barking on one of her employees, and then and I made the remark to her. I said, listen, I ain't worried about the police. They know me. They know I'm not a terrorist. They know me. They know what I'm about, what I'm into, what I done did, they know me. You know what I'm saying? My life is an open book. So so I said, as long as they know I'm not a terrorist, that I'm a patriot, you know what I'm saying? I'm all right. I know my boundaries, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be running around with guns, So anyway, so yeah, special shout out to law enforcement here in Michigan and across the country as a whole. And I done been in a lot of spaces where, boy, hey, I done been in places and around people. You thank God for the men and women in law enforcement because they do a hard job, and there's some psychopaths out here, right? And so I want to say this, okay? I've never had a bad interaction with the police officer, ever. Not one time. And we talking about hundreds of interactions with the police. Because I be out here, right? And I don't, yeah. So I got a criminal record that go all the way back to 86, right? And it's not to say that I'm just this. If anything, it's a testimony to show you how far God and how powerful he is to restore somebody back to sanity. You know what I'm saying? To lift you up out of that, and so that's why I do what I do. So I don't glorify my past, but I will make reference to it. And I'm not my own hero, right? So I point it all back to the Lord, but it is what it is. I can't change it, right? So, but if I could use it to better maybe somebody else's life and they get to make a smarter and a wiser decision, then praise the Lord, right? It was worth it. Okay, so, all right, Saints, to the point. Okay, so I've never had a bad interaction, right? I've come across the a-holes, of course, right? But I want to say this, and Saints, I want you to relay this information to anybody you think might need to hear it, and it's important, right? Because for one, police aren't out here doing that. That was a false narrative right here. Now, you see them boys that got killed by the police, they brought that on themselves, right? They brought that on themselves, and this come from a person who, I was in it, you know. So when it came to riding dirty and just off into things, and we was in and out of state. It wasn't just here in Michigan. We was on the road, and I didn't have a driver's license. I came home from prison. Yeah, so imagine riding in and out of state, just as dirty as you can be, no license, no L's. Yeah, right. Okay. So we was outlaws. You know what I'm saying? For real, we was all the way on the other side of the dark force. Yeah. So, and you don't want to go over there. And I thank God he brought me out of that. You know, praise his name for that. Okay, so, but I never had a bad interaction with the police. Now, in fact, I've gotten more breaks than I know I deserved. They've given me more breaks than I deserved. I'm talking about, now they ain't ever give me a break on nothing crazy, but I'm talking about I done been stopped and don't have felony warrants and no L's and no registration, no insurance, and troopers pulled me over. You know, I'm like, I'm going to jail. So, but see, I'm gonna tell you something. And this is the message I want to relay right here, right? And people, don't give the police a hard time. Don't never give the police a hard time. These are men and women that do a hard job as it is. And contrary to popular belief, they not out to get you. You know what I'm saying? They got a job to do, right? So, and see, and I'm gonna tell you something. And this is why I got a lot of breaks, because I respect the police and they know that. And if you look throughout my criminal history, you're gonna see a lot of things, and there's nothing, no criminal sexual stuff. That's not my style. Yeah, all my things is assaults and robberies. I lived a very violent past, okay? So we wasn't into all that weirdo stuff, you know. We was chasing the bag and hurting people, right? Okay, so, all right, but yeah, I never had a bad interaction with the police. And then every time I did get stopped, I was always straight up with them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't play no games with them. And that came from two places. One, it came from having a respect for the police. And two, I just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be sniffling and crying, trying to get out of something. You know what I'm saying? You got me, you know, let's go, right? And we'll work it out. So that was me. And then they respected it and I respect them. So in return for that, they've given me more breaks. I'm telling you, I should be in prison now. That's the truth. I should literally still be sitting in prison right now. The truth be told. So I thank God for our law enforcement. I pray the protection for you men and women, and that's from the heart. That's some real talk right there. And I want the message to be spread far and wide. So a lot of these, these youngsters that's out here ripping and running, getting off into their thing, that when they start having interactions with the police, don't give them people no hard time. You know what I'm saying? Do what you told to do. Don't do nothing stupid and won't nothing stupid happen. And if you out here riding dirty, that's what you into, then own it. Own it, right? You own that thing. You don't give these people a hard time, and trust me, it'll come out better for you in the long run, right? All right, Saints, that's all I got right there. So, I just had to get out there. Like I said, this is a video I've been wanting to make for a long time, just to show my appreciation, because I know they check for me. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want them to know I still check for them, right? So, all right, Saints, let's have a blessed and wonderful day, and let's be light and salt.